Hello, magic casters of all shapes and sizes. My name is Chance. Welcome to my Spellbook, and thank you so much for tuning in to the 35th episode of our second level spell series. Today we have a very special one in store for you all today. This is one of my personal favorite control spells that I find to be outrageously underused, and I feel like its name has a lot to do with that. Today we're going to be talking about Gust of Wind, which is a terribly underwhelming name, and I really do dislike that, but can't do anything about it, so we're going to roll with it. It is usable by the Druid, Sorcerer, and the Wizard, and it is found in the good old Player's Handbook, so we should all have access to it. Now, let's take a look at its mechanics at a glance so you can better understand the way the spell works. Create a 60-foot by 10-foot line of wind. On a failed save, creatures are pushed 15 feet away. The area is also considered to be difficult terrain. The wind can also disperse gases and vapors, as well as extinguish unprotected flames. Protected flames have a 50% chance of being extinguished, which is pretty cool. The cast time is 1 action, the range is self, the duration is 1 minute, and it is concentration. The saving throw is a strength-based one. The components are the Holy Trinity, verbal material, and somatic. If you're curious about that material component, it is a legume seed, and the school is unsurprisingly evocation. Now let's take a look at the full description here to better understand exactly the way this spell works. A line of strong wind, 60 feet long and 10 feet wide, blasts from you in a direction you choose for the spell's duration. Each creature that starts its turn in the line must succeed on a strength saving throw or be pushed 15 feet away from you in a direction following the line. Any creature in the line must spend 2 feet of movement for every 1 foot it spends trying to get closer to you. The gust disperses gas or vapor. It extinguishes candles, torches, and similar unprotected flames in the area. It causes protected flames, such as those of lanterns, to dance wildly and has a 50% chance of extinguishing them. As a bonus action on each of your turns before the spell ends, you can change the direction in which the line blasts from you. Whew. That is pretty cool though. Like, once again, needless to say, arguably the best low-level control spell. I love picking it because a lot of DMs really are unaware of it, and those that are don't see the real potential in it. But I mean, the ability to essentially protect yourself passively as a caster is super great, and taking advantage of that distance is great, and 60 feet is a huge line, and the fact that it's 10 feet wide makes it even more amazing. Ultimately, this is not meant to be used to any real offensive facility. It is meant to be used strictly defensive and as a control method. But even in doing that, I think it's just phenomenal. That being said, let's get into some alternative uses here. So I think the best way to use this as a whole is to use it in narrow corridors. Quite possibly mazes would be arguably the best way to use it, but even in straightforward hallways when you have an army of monsters advancing towards you and you want to be able to keep them at bay or just extend the life of the combat for whatever reason that may be, whether or not you're buying time or actively trying to discourage something from happening. There's a lot of circumstances in which this could be beneficial. That being said, that falls in line with alternative use number 2, using this to orchestrate plans and just make sure everything goes according to them. Fact of the matter is the ability to control the flow and tide of enemies is something that is ludicrously important to any large-scale combat encounter, or maybe even espionage or sabotage. It's, once again, the possibilities are quite frankly endless, and I think this is a great way of dealing with local guards as well. If someone's blocking a door, just literally blast them 15 feet away. I think that would be hilarious. And I mean, along that same vein of thought, there's a lot to be said for this spell just being a general problem in terms of just chaos it could cause. For example, if this is cast in like an alchemist's lab, for example, then stuff is going to get very crazy very quickly. And as exciting as that prospect is, it would be very interesting to see how the party responds to something like that. That being said, if you have any alternative ideas, uses, concepts, questions, concerns, please put it down beneath in the comment section. And if you like that cool hand-drawn Dragonborn and you'd like your own hand-drawn D&D picture, please check out the guild hall to figure out exactly how to do that. That being said, thank you so much, guys. I really do appreciate it. I hope you have a wonderful day. And as always, happy casting.